Welcome to another episode of the Jason Files. Long time no see, but I am your host still, your boy Son, aka Son One. I'm along here with my co-host, my boy Jay Camp, the other half of Jay Son.
Yes,
All right,
indeed.
yes, sir. You already know what today's occasion is. Thunderbolts hit the screens on Thursday last week, and
Ooh, touchdown.
it's one of those. It's
It's
seeming
one of
like,
them, one of those.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
We like to get into the nitty gritty and kind of pick each other's brain on how we feeling. Taylor Day should be joining the show very soon. She actually just got out of the theater no more than an hour ago, so she'll have the freshest thoughts. I have seen it twice, though. I must say I have seen it twice.
Look, you ahead of me because I'm seeing
Yeah,
it the second time to my eyes. So
are you? That's what it is. It's hard
yeah.
watching it on Thursday because it's too many. It's a little time. We got to watch it first day it drops, but
Facts. I
what I
had
mean,
to
a
watch
little
it on
time to pass.
Thursday. I
Yeah,
had to peep it.
factuals. It's
You
too
know.
many spoilers. Hold on, there we go. Hold on, there she is.
Uh
She
oh.
is in the
Uh oh.
building. Hold up.
I'm
Yeah,
late. I'm late, and I look like I ran from some vampires in Mississippi, but
no, you good. We all sinners, but at least your house is clean. You
Facts.
heard me?
this one is God is
Facts.
good.
Taylor
I'm not
Day popped right
no.
on in. She was like, "Book up." Let me go ahead and pop in real quick.
Oh
Looks
man, what's
good.
up with you? You good? You good?
Yeah, I just got back from the theater, so I'm
Yes,
great.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm itching to hear how both of you
Look,
guys feel
I,
about it.
I know Taylor Day got her movie gear on. She got the little the rap joint on. You know what I mean? Like
Trying
she got that she got that Bruce Springsteen joint.
bruh.
We built
Oh
for
man,
the city.
Listen.
she got to be built for the city. Yeah,
She got the Bruce on.
We'll
You know what I
she
do
mean?
this
out there.
together. What the credit song was, right? Nothing's gonna stop
Stop
us.
us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You heard? Good sound. All right. Well, we all in the building now.
Yes,
I
indeed,
guess
we are.
before we hop into this movie talk, because we got to do that. Hey Jay, you want to plug what you was about to plug? We do
Yeah,
got a
man.
project out in these streets.
Hey,
You know,
Yep.
don't don't
Look at
don't
this.
forget. Please don't forget.
yes,
We out
Please
here.
don't forget. We got the J Sun over at Poppin'. You know what I
Nice.
mean?
Yes,
You can
sir.
get your hard copy. You can get the
Uh-huh.
soft joint, pause, on streaming services. But we got the hard copy for you on CD. We got the vinyl for you. You
Uh-huh.
know, campfires on the Sunday. We out here. You know, we got to make sure
Absolutely.
we
hey,
plug that off top, off TOP before we
Uh-huh.
dive in. But, you know, we just don't do movie talk. We got music out here. We got merch out here. We got everything for you. So,
Yeah.
whatever you need, we got for you. Hip hop all day, Marvel
Every
all
day.
day, merch all day, Taylor Day all day.
You
hey.
heard me? Taylor Day all day.
Facts. There's a bar right there. We got Taylor Day,
I like
hip
that.
hop all day. We got merch all day. Look, we got your day covered. That's all I know.
Absolutely. Well, let's top it off with this review of this banger that we just witnessed. Taylor Day,
Hmm.
you the freshest out of the theater. You the
Fresh.
freshest, just super fresh. I just
Yeah.
You
want to
gotta
get
get your
your initial thoughts. You don't have to give no spoilers if you don't want to, but
Okay.
right.
just how you feel when you stepped
Just your
out of the theater.
initial.
I was so pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
I was like, okay, I see what y'all doing.
Hmm.
I really liked it. I really liked it. It felt new. It felt fresh.
Hmm.
Um, I ended up loving the team, and this is what
I want you to say it.
listen,
Go ahead.
listen. You already know how I
I
felt
know.
about John Walker, whatever
Yeah,
agent
yeah.
whatever. When they
Did,
said
did, did he redeem
10 cent,
himself?
what they say, 10 cent Captain America, whatever they said, dollar store,
They
whatever
said
it was,
the dime store, Captain
dime
America.
store Captain America.
The
I was
Timu
rolling.
Captain
I'm like,
America?
facts.
The Wish?
Not even a whole quarter, not even a whole dollar. A dime store Captain America. and I was like, drag him. But even I was like, oh wait, he's pitiful now. I rock with it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He's regular.
It's-
He's a regular bruh.
Hella regular. When they when Bucky outed him, it was like, yeah, your wife and son left you, and he
yeah,
was
it
Yelena
just
was
looked like,
dead, and he looked at Yelena. I was like, ah,
mm,
man is
yeah,
down
yeah.
They
bad.
gave him Timu status. They did give him Timu.
They did. Ah, I
That's
was
the funny part though, because
It
he
really
actually
is
gets
though.
busy though. He
yeah.
gets busy. It's just
He
man,
It
they
is
does.
so
introduced
hella
him so
annoying
bad.
though.
Yeah, they just introduced him so bad, and he has that
Because I was off of John
annoying.
Walker, kind of like what Taylor Day said. Like I was not on John Walker at all, but he did redeem himself though
Yeah,
in this
yeah. They
movie.
definitely.
I will say, like not all the way. He's like 75% redeemed, but
Yeah,
he's redeemed though.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's on his way. I'll give him that.
He's on
He's
his
on his way.
way.
He's an Avenger now, apparently.
Okay,
Hmm.
honestly, that's the only thing that I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this whole new Avengers. Like, I was like, slow your roll, guys. I slow your roll. I was just getting used to Thunderbolts asterisk.
Right.
Y'all wanna y'all trying to run before you can walk, or like walk before you can crawl with this
Hmm.
new Avengers. But it was funny in the post credits and talking about Sam, and I was like, Bucky, what are you doing? You and Sam are like this, and you trying to make an Avengers team. Anyway,
Hey,
so the new Avengers, I wasn't rocking with that, and the only other thing, um,
facts. What?
Avengers with a Z,
Yeah,
exactly.
facts.
But the
Right
only
with a
thing
Z.
I wasn't really rocking with, and this is more
Yeah.
technical, is they did a lot of like straight on shots of the doubles of the stunt people. So there were a lot of
Mm,
shots where I was like, ooh, this is obviously a stunt person. This looks terrible. But other than that,
mm.
I loved
Yeah,
everything
eagle
else.
eye.
Because sometimes like usually when you see stunts, it's from the side, wide angle, or from some
Hmm.
angle where they're purposely covering their face and you just see the
Hmm.
hair, so it blends in well.
Right.
But there was the
Right.
one with Bucky where you just saw straight up face, and I was like, that's not Sebastian Stan. And there was a
Right.
lot of ones with Yelena where she was doing the jumps and the flips, or when she was like tuck and rolling somewhere, and I was like, that's not Florence Pugh. Um,
Hmm.
Factuals.
Hmm.
but those are the only two things that I really had beef with. The rest of it, I really love. Oh, and then also
Right.
Bucky's hair. I wasn't feeling this movie.
You thought you was getting Sentry, but you got
Which
Dolph
one?
Lundgren.
Yeah,
You got Dolph Lundgren. That's
I was just,
No, I ain't gotta be Dolph though. I will
you
man,
got the
break you.
old He Man, but
Oh my
that's all
for
gosh,
good.
I will
real.
break you. You
Um,
know who that was supposed to be originally, right?
ooh,
The Sentry was actually played by now. I didn't forgot his name to be honest. Glenn. You remember Glenn from
that
Walking
crap.
Dead, the Asian guy?
Oh wait, what?
Oh,
The Asian guy, yeah. That was
G-
originally going to be Sentry.
Glenn.
Yeah, yeah. And you remember how
Okay.
he's talking about in the movie where they found him walking around Malaysia?
Yeah,
Yeah, it makes more sense now. Think
it
about that.
does because I was like, how's a
Yeah.
meth head get all the way to Malaysia?
Right.
Actual
Yeah.
factuals. Like you done put me up on game. Like
Yeah.
today.
Wait,
There's a lot of
what
jewels I
happened
done
to
got
him?
lately.
What
I done got
happened?
some more jewels. Uh,
That's a
What?
let's talk
gem.
about the movie, then we'll talk about some of the things
Yeah.
before you know what I mean. But well, Jay Camp, I'll let you have the floor. Just your first initial thoughts leaving the theater.
Um, my first, my first initial thoughts leaving the theater, I was like, that's one of them ones, man. I mean, that's kind of what we asked for. Like I told
Hmm.
you, like getting those personalities like on a movie and
Hmm.
being able to like really like put that out there for the people reminded me of the first like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like just
Hmm.
having like the various different personalities and just to be able to like really like hone in and pick your favorite character, man. Like Red Guardian, Bucky,
Hmm.
them two
Yeah.
dudes, man, like they need to like team up and do like another little joint.
Yeah.
They need to do a
Yeah.
movie. I mean, because them two personalities, man, is like what we asked for. We want like polar opposites. We want like the dude who's jovial, and we want the guy who's serious.
Serious,
You know what I'm
right?
saying? What
Right.
missing a full arm.
Hmm.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like we
Yeah.
want that guy, man. So
Sweet and salty.
I was
Absolutely.
very, very, very happy and very pleased. And I went into it with no expectations. So
Hmm.
I wasn't expecting it to be dope. I wasn't expecting it to be trash. But what I got was like I was pleased with that. You know,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
honestly, at the end, a lot of the people that I was in there with, man, gave it a standing ovation. So
Yeah.
Really?
I
Wow.
got hand claps the
that
first
right
time I saw it.
there, you know what I mean? Like that
Hmm.
kind of brings us back full circle of what we kind of asked for. Cause that felt like Marvel to
Right.
me.
Yeah.
That felt like Marvel.
Marvel of yesteryear.
That
That's
felt
the
like it.
major takeaway that I had from it. Is when I walked out of it, it felt like Marvel Phase 3. You know what I mean? Phase 3, Phase 4. Like, okay, y'all really in y'all bag now. Y'all got us actually looking forward to something. I know we've known
Facts.
about Robert Downey Jr. coming and all that stuff. This is the first movie that made it feel like, oh shit, yeah, something is
Right.
coming because we got really two teams that's about to
Two
assemble,
teams.
and there's got to be something serious for
And
that
it
to
was
be
fun.
a thing.
You know what I mean?
Something serious for that to happen. Yeah, it definitely was fun. I mean, the cast of characters all together. I mean, everybody's gonna clown Walker. Even Bob
Even Bob.
clown, even Bob clowned Walker. You already knew
Now
that
that's
was gonna
sad
happen.
too.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
Bob
he's
clowned you, you
hey,
got
you're
you know what
Captain
I mean?
America. Why are you an asshole? Like you know what I mean? Like you just had to
Right.
let it be known. Yeah, you're not the real Captain
You're
America.
gonna let
Right.
him
But
body
You
you.
that Spencer's version of Captain America. Like you that 90s Spencer's version of Captain
oh
America,
man.
bro.
I can't wait for y'all to hear what I'm gonna tell y'all after we get through this movie because it's funny. Because y'all, oh man, I almost wish they would have did it. It's so funny,
Oh, dang.
so funny. But
Oopsie.
anyways, let's run down the movie a little bit, just kind of how the movie went. We kind of opened the movie with the fire shot of Miss Yelena Belova on the side of the second tallest building in the world, actually,
Mhm.
and she did actually jump off
That
of
was
it.
dope.
But she's deep into sadness right now. She's kind of feeling what's the word she used? Lonely,
Related,
depressed.
lonely,
Yeah, she's kind
or
of like
bird.
she don't know where she's going in life at this point. You know what I mean? She's hold on, we got people talking to us with thoughts about getting Century nerfed. You got to. You got to nerf
Right.
Century. You have
Right.
to do it. It's just Century is Superman or the
Yeah.
closest thing to it. You have to have something
Hmm.
that's going to level him out. So if you got to introduce the
Actual
void,
factuals.
which the void has always been a part of his story, but you got to have it because otherwise you don't need no other characters. You need
Hmm.
none. I don't care what threat is coming. You call Sentry. If he can't take care of it, call Captain Marvel. Them two together be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else are you gonna
Pretty interesting.
Listen,
add? What
you
else are
you
you gonna
get
do?
you get Miss Marvel and Sentry together.
Rap.
That's raw
Captain
business
Marvel.
right there,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, facts.
Captain Marvel.
But yeah,
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 say
yeah.
Miss Marvel.
But
That'll be
anyways,
Kamala. But
yeah, Kamala definitely.
You
But
know, I just watched the Marvels finally, like a day or two ago.
the movie The Marvels.
I did.
Okay. How did you
oh,
feel about it?
okay.
I
It
What's
was
liked
your
all right.
it.
thoughts?
Is I thought I think
It's
like
not bad.
it was a
It's
lot
not
better
bad.
than I would say Captain
It's
Marvel
better
was.
than Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yeah, it was
That
well,
too.
yeah, it was better
Yeah,
than
that too. That too. Yeah. No, The Marvels was fun. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
yeah, it was
You
enjoyable.
know, it wasn't nothing crazy,
No.
but yeah, it was
Nah, but
enjoyable.
I like Rambo doing her thing in that
Mhm.
joint though, and
Hmm.
she got a
Yeah.
place. I like how they ended it though. Like I felt like the end credit scene in that joint like made sense for where we at right now. So I
Mhm.
do feel like the Marvels kind of like set the stage for like where we at right now. You can kind of like tie all those loose ends together. So
Hmm. It sucks though.
I
I
like
think
that
that
joint.
one should have been after Captain America's movie.
Factuals. I agree with that.
That cut scene should have been at the end of Captain America, but that's all good.
But at least it makes sense today
It
after
does.
we
It
got
does.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah, we
After we
good,
got
but
Thunderbolts.
it's just like golly, man. But anyways, I'll go back to the movie, I guess. Anyways, Miss Yelena, she's kind of depressed and all that. She actually goes back and finds Papa because she's kind of confused in what she wants to do. And this dude, he's lying his ass off, talking about he's fulfilled, so full, so filled with what he's doing in life, and he's lying his ass off. You know, he sucks. He wants the glory. He wants to be back in those days where he was protecting the country. He was the man. He was, you know what I mean, doing his thing. But anyways, Yelena basically skedaddles after that. It was like she calls the Weasel, aka Val, yo, let me get this one mission and I'm out. And
Salute the
she's
Val.
like, all right, for sure. All right, well, we'll get you taken care of. You wanna be a hero now, I see. So she sends her on this one last mission, and that one mission is to take out. Who was she after? She was after the ghost, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Right? Yep. She was after the ghost, and of course, guess who shows up? Your favorite character, Walker. What the heck are you doing here, Walker?
Did Taskmaster or Walker show up first? No, Walker
No,
did show up
it was
before
Walker that
Taskmaster.
showed up first, and then Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Then Ghost showed up. She's like, "Oh, there you are. That's what I'm looking for."
I
And
just,
everybody else,
And
I
then
think they would
Ghost
all
with
catch
that
on a lot faster than they did. That they're all
the
set up.
hatchet.
yeah, you
It
would
took
think,
them a minute to be like, wait.
but they was all in rundown mode. They was on
Right.
each other's head. They was not explaining.
And Ghost put
Taskmaster
one
got
right
one
in the
line.
temple, though. Directly in the temple. I was like, damn, Ghost, is that what we doing?
Okay,
Like,
so originally Taskmaster wasn't supposed to die in this scene.
But also, did you notice they gave her a line which she never
She
originally
did.
spoke?
Yeah, she said one line. I think she said, "I'm not here for you" or something of that
Yeah.
nature. Yeah.
But she never spoke in the Black Widow
I don't
movie.
know if she did. If she did, it was like maybe once in the very
it's
end.
like
I don't think she did.
very
Though.
I
few.
don't think she had any
But
words. It was
I don't
like,
think she did.
the fact that she emulates moves, though,
mhm.
that's what kind of threw me off just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
she-
how she got killed?
yeah, that she went out like so swiftly,
yeah.
and she emulates moves. Like she can like.
That's the problem. She
Like, I
wasn't
feel
there.
like Taskmaster is a problem. And it's like, man, y'all took her out like that.
See, the
She
thing
didn't have
is,
that power.
everybody that was sent after a certain person was their kryptonite.
Mm.
I agree
So,
with that, but
that's
it's kinda
exactly how
like
it was
still-
designed. Like
still,
she can't
though.
go. She can't mimic Ghost. That's who she was after.
Mm.
Ghost is the person you can't mimic because she's phasing.
100%. She can't,
That's why she got murked.
but to catch the bullet the way she caught the bullet,
Yeah,
though,
how
still
soon?
don't.
That's a
It
problem.
don't
It's
sit
very
right with me though. That's the one thing in the movie that don't sit right with me because I feel like they didn't do Taskmaster justice.
Mhm.
Well,
My
I listened to
personal
the director talk about it, and the original plan was Taskmaster was going to survive. She was actually going to be like a big
She
sister-ish
should have.
type thing to Ghost
Oh wow.
because they grew up in labs. They were both like mind controlled and kind of like never had freedom. So,
She should
but
have
the
though.
point was the reason why they killed Taskmaster is because how do you show up with 6 assassins and nobody dies?
Yeah.
How do you have to have somebody
Very
die
Suicide
to
Squad.
make sure that spot was serious? So somebody had to die, and Taskmaster was the.
But it just
put it
seemed too
blatantly.
remedial though. I mean, Taskmaster survived a whole bunch of widows, bro. It just seemed too.
Oh, I
It
get it.
seemed too remedial for me. You know what I mean? Like it
Would she
seemed too
normally
easy.
survive? Maybe. The
It
problem
seemed
is
too
it was
easy.
6 of the top assassins that you have available.
Like,
they were all
I-
in one small room getting busy.
I get it, but it's like I feel like it was just disservice to her overall ability. You know,
Well, to be
that's
real,
all I'm
yeah.
saying.
But nobody liked her ass. That's the real problem. They don't care if she survived. Most people didn't, and most people
One-
figured out
one
she
beam.
didn't survive before they even seen it.
one being, but I mean, like Cobra Commander was somebody who didn't really have battle, but he shouldn't have survived as long as he did. But Taskmaster would have bodied Cobra Commander and
Yeah,
just
but
like
Taskmaster,
and hand to hand. You know what I mean? Like
this is movies. Nobody care about Taskmaster. It's that simple. You gonna sacrifice one, it's going to be Taskmaster. You need
nah,
John
John
because you
Walker.
need some.
We got to
No, you
sacrifice
need
John
John.
Walker,
You need
aka
John
Taylor
because you
Day.
need somebody to not like. You
Yeah.
need somebody to not like, and that is going to be John forever.
Correct.
That is always going to be him. Yeah, everybody else you like. If you got rid of John, now it's just a team full of people who like each other.
Because I feel like
Antonia
Taskmaster
was
could have handled business against John Walker.
1-on-1. Yes, he is. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. That's why that's who was sent after. No, hold on. Yeah, that's who was sent after. Walker was
Yeah,
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that's a person who can mimic hand to hand fighting. That's the easy shit for him, for her. So, yeah, they did it in a smart way. It sucked to see Taskmaster go, but at the end of the day,
Need
I
somebody.
get it.
it serves the script and the movie. That's
I
just
get
really
it.
what happened. That's what happened. But moving forward, after that, they're all locked in this place, and Miss Val is trying to get rid of all the evidence that she accumulated from what was the name of that? They kept it sounded like Oscorp,
Oxen?
but it was Ox
It was
something.
like Ox, something
It's
like
like
that. Like
Oxen or
It's
something.
Oxcorp. It might
like
be
Ox,
Ox,
yeah, like
like that.
OXE
Yeah,
something.
but she's obviously it's a something
Yeah.
under the CIA, but it's a like a
But then
black ops.
if you know like tap in, if you know the name of the actual like spot that Val
Yeah, but
had going.
she was trying to burn everything in there, and within that mess was our homie Bob.
Bob.
Bob, a leftover experiment subject from the
Robert,
Century program,
not Bob Kelly,
and
but
of
Robert.
course Miss Fontaine. Oh, my bad, De Fontaine.
Right,
Yeah.
Defonte.
She did not realize that she actually had a survivor of that said program.
Like, how do
Um,
you not know that though?
Bruh, she's doing too much. She's
I
just,
feel like she
yeah,
knew, but she
I
was
don't think,
capping.
no, she definitely didn't know. She did not know because she would have had that. That was her
Man,
goal.
listen.
She wanted to make that happen.
But I
So,
feel like Val was just always like playing dumb, just so
nah,
like I
nope,
mean,
not on that one.
I was
I'm
so
telling
foul
you.
at the end. The way
how
she,
do you know about vibranium, but you don't know about my man's pause?
Oh, the thing is,
You know what I mean? Like you know about
she
all this
knew
other
about it.
shit.
She knew about the program. She didn't know they had a survivor.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you remember
so
in the beginning when Yelena went in the building, she was talking to the guy with the gun. She's like, "Oh, that looks
right.
like a face I can get through the." He knew. He
Okay.
was like the last. He was
He
the
was
person
trying
who was
to
like,
tell her.
"Yo,
So you
yeah,
saying
yeah,
she
yeah,
wrote a song about it?
yeah." He wrote a song about it. She didn't listen to it. That's what happened. She went too heavy-handed on the. Yo, we gotta get rid of this evidence because they trying to impeach your sister. So I
Yeah.
don't care what it is. Let's just get rid of it. Okay.
Okay.
But that's what she was on. But anyways, now we have what is it? So at this point we have Bob, we have Ghost, Yelena. That's it, right? Bob, Ghost, Yelena,
Ghost,
and
Yelena,
Walker.
Walker. Yeah.
Walker,
Walker. So
and
these four.
Taskmaster.
No, Taskmaster is dead by
Okay,
Dead.
okay,
yeah,
we
Taskmaster
talking
dead.
about after Taskmaster took
Yeah,
the
after
L.
Taskmaster
Okay.
dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Taskmaster dead. Now they're trying to escape this abandoned whatever building, this building that she's about to incinerate, of course. And long story short, eventually they get out. Val sends the strike team to try to shut it down once and for all. Because her homegirl, what's her girl name? Mel? Was that Mel was giving her
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
intel?
and
Right.
was hollering at Bucky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was,
yeah. Shorty that had Bucky on the line.
yeah. That's her name. I think it was Mel. But Mel is keep telling her, "Yo, these guys are not dead, and they're starting to work together. Should we be worried? Yes, you should be." But anyways, Val shows up. Val sends the strike team. Strike team shows up. You know, our people managed to get out. Bob. Why did Bob run back? I can't remember why he sacrificed himself.
Because
But
he was trying to
The
like
distraction.
he was trying to run interference.
right,
Yeah,
right,
What
right.
he was
Okay,
trying to
yeah,
that's
that's
do.
right.
how
That's right.
he was like, "No, you can't."
Yeah,
No,
he had the smoke
Right.
screen.
yeah.
Right. When he runs the interference with the AK, he
Hmm.
goes in and he gets lit the hell up.
Oh,
But
he got
he got lit. He caught all of them. He probably caught
he
1,000 of them. Probably caught a
hey
1,000 of them. But guess who survives?
his shirt was wet. That's all we
Yeah.
know.
You seen
Matter.
showed the look. You saw the couple. He had 3 packs they had to show. They had to show them
Factuals.
3 packs. He was swollen. That's literally ain't that crazy? You did the whole Marvel workout and they only showed 3 of your packs. I'd be kind of
Fact.
mad. I'd be kind of mad. You better take
Fact.
this shirt
But
off.
at the same time, were those
He had that Levi joint, that
but
3
were
pack.
those 3 packs digitally inserted since we only did see 3 of them?
You think they were inserted? You don't
I
think that was real?
I don't know. Who knows?
Hey, it might have been. Shoot.
Who knows?
Good job though. I need 3 CG abs. I swear on my life I do.
If you're gonna
But
give me
anyway.
3, you might as well give me the whole 6. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, I'm cool. I'm just gonna pull up slightly. I ain't gonna show the whole thing. I'm just gonna slightly
Never
pull
that
up.
slight,
Just
never
let
that
'em know.
slightly though.
You see what it is
I'm gonna
and
just
what it
pull
could
up
be.
just to say, just to salute y'all, and then it's about to be business. Never that Oxcorp though.
Is it that Oxcorp? It was something like that.
OXC,
It was
OXC.
something like that way.
It was
But
like
anyways.
OXE.
Yeah.
Like I want to say that's what it was.
Yeah, it might have been.
You know.
Shoot. We'll figure it out later though.
I need to watch it again, but
But yeah,
it was
after Bob
OX something. I
it
agree
was
with Callie.
yeah,
on
it's
that.
something. It felt like it was a mix between Roxxon and Oscorp. So it was something in the
The
middle
factuals.
of that.
Yeah.
But anyways, Bob gets shot. He gets up, rises up, and he just kind of flies away.
And Bob is
Flies.
mad. Bob is upset.
Yeah,
That's
Bob
when the
was he
void
was
is
mad.
like, I need to holler at somebody.
He comes crashing down to Earth, and he gets taken to the new Avengers Tower, but they call it the Watchtower now. Which is actually I'm not even gonna go into it, but there's a lot to that Watchtower thing. I need y'all to
Factuals.
go and y'all need to look, kind of study
All
the
I'm saying is
Void
like
and the
how
Watchtower.
did so when did they sell the building and who bought it? And then also who's like when we saw it last, it was in Hawkeye, right? And they were working on it, or was it in one of the
Yeah,
Spider-Man?
but Val, the
Was it-
CIA had it though.
So the
The
CIA had
CIA had it
remember
whenever
they were working on it in
the
one movies.
what's the timekeeper's name again? The
You said the time. You talking about the Watcher?
no, not
You
the
talking about
Watchers.
the TVA?
Yeah, the TVA. Like when the TVA came through and snatched Loki.
Oh, so that was still during. Oh, okay. That wasn't at the Watch. Was that at the Watchtower? I mean, at the Avengers
It was the
Tower?
Watchtower. That was at the Watchtower.
Okay. Well, even
That was
then,
there.
that was still.
There was like Loki
Avengers
episode.
stuff, though.
There was like Loki season 1.
So you talking about when he got abducted in the actual movie, and then that was the beginning of because he got
Technically, yes.
okay.
But that
okay,
was
you
like
talking
to
about-
me. That's when like Sword, aka CIA, aka you know what I'm saying. That's when the government, like government agencies, aka took over that joint. At that point, to me,
I don't know. That's kind of hard. That's a lot of time travel because they were actually back in time when Loki got snatched by the TVA.
it is a lot, but I feel like that's when
Matter of fact, that was the
Gov-
Battle of New York, wasn't it?
because at that point in time, Iron Man and them had that other building, the other like
The compound.
compound that was like in New Jersey or wherever. I mean, it was somewhere
Nah.
like that. It
Hold on.
was off in the
Oh,
cut.
so yeah. But
In
that's so
Civil
weird
War.
because you're correct.
It was like off in the
But
cut.
when Loki got snatched, that was back in time when it was still Avengers Tower.
When it
That's
was-
what it is because they went back to the
Yes.
Battle of New York.
But
But
I
you're
feel
thinking like
like
real current
that's
time
when the
instead of the
control
movie
was
time.
kind of like starting to shift, at least in my opinion.
You talking about for the Avengers Tower? In
Yeah, that's
real
when the
life,
control was.
they didn't have it anymore at that point. Yeah, it
Mhm.
was destroyed during Age of Ultron, right?
Yeah.
When Vision came. That's why I
Hmm.
feel like they did some damage in there.
Yeah, and he wrecked shop. He tore all the windows out.
We done went through phase 3, 2, and 5 today.
He tore all them damn windows out. He was like, "Nah, yeah, I ain't. Ain't no window cleaners coming in this joint."
Then they did.
Anyways, let's see. Yeah. Where are we at now? Okay, so Val is convincing Mr. Bob that he is that guy. He's a god. He's all that. He's everything. Yes, ma'am. Front
First,
row, right there.
before we get to that, we get
Yes,
introduced
ma'am.
3 times how he knows how to sneak into people's worst, most shameful
Yes,
memories.
yes, indeed. The void. The void is a. That's the real part of this movie. I mean, it definitely deals with how do we want to say it?
Depression.
Just darkness, depression, darkness,
I
loneliness,
mean,
all that
that
stuff.
that that's
Like, oh,
like supposed to lead into your depression. I
It's
mean,
just oh, okay, hold on.
that
I was
We
is
like,
yeah,
oh,
therapy
y'all in my
session right here.
business.
that is the dark side. Like, I mean, Taylor, I don't know what your void is with that.
Everybody has one. That's the
Everybody
thing.
has one. You know, it
Everybody
might
has
be
one.
Um,
Is your Bob
you.
stronger than your void? That's the thing.
child, depending on
You
the day.
might be like old dog from Menace to Society. That might be like your
Lord
void.
Jesus.
Terrible.
Old dog though. Oh
But
my
no, it
goodness.
was crazy to him walking into like Walker's most shameful memory and Elena's and even
Hmm.
Val's. I was like, dang, Val, she was shook. She was
Yes.
shook.
That
Val's
was
stuff
good
was
though.
savage. Like
Yeah,
That's
hers
good to
was
see though.
savage. Like her pops
Right.
got bucked right in
Hmm.
front of her. Like,
she was shook. Oh,
Yeah.
real quick, that was another
Yes,
thing.
ma'am.
This is like unrelated, but also related. That was another thing that did bother me during the movie was I could tell what was reshoots and what was originally shot because you could tell Florence Pugh's lips going up and down, and also Julia Louis Dreyfus's face. Like there were some shots where she was juiced, and then others that were more like subtle and
Hmm.
normal looking.
Hmm.
I was like, y'all had a whole lot of reshoots, didn't y'all? Because it looks like a year, at least a year or two in between the original stuff and the reshoots. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Uh, we'll talk about that later because I think they actually. Okay, let me think. Was it? Oh man, I think it was after the writer strikes because they
Okay.
stopped. I believe they didn't start shooting until after the writer strikes, but they had everything ready to go, and then the writer strike happened, so they had to come back a whole another year later,
What it
and
looks
that's
like.
when the Taskmaster shit came. Because
Mm,
before that, Taskmaster survived, and
mm.
then they
See?
made some switches and things like that. Even how they managed to kill the Void in the end kind of came after.
Interesting.
Yeah, so yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all anyways right now since one of the writers, the original script was the Sentry was not in this. The big bad actually was going to be a combination of two people, Miss Valentina,
Uh-huh.
and the other one was Walker. She was basically going to do him like Samuel Stearns did President Thunderbolt. She was
Interesting.
basically going to say your serum needed, certain maintenances and everything. So she was just going to inject him little by little and little until that
It's
explosion
too
moment.
much.
Yeah, yeah.
That's too
So could
easy.
you imagine how you would have felt
I
after that?
just would have been like, I should have known. I should have known you like nothing. Oh, I'm glad they didn't do that. That's just too easy. That's too easy.
Yeah, that shit was trash. That was a terrible, terrible way to do that movie.
actual factuals.
Terrible. But it would have been funny though, because everybody just,
I'm like,
they cannot stand Walker. But I think Walker's got fans now.
Oh,
I think he officially has
slow
I
fans
you
now.
I
roll, slow
mean,
you roll.
I guarantee he
I
does.
I think he does too, but I still think it's like minimal because he's still like that T-move Captain America though.
Yeah, it's like I'm not a
I
fan.
mean,
It's just not like
at the
straight
end
on
of the
spite.
day, and like we all know, like Sam is way more
Yeah,
Cap than John Walker.
Yeah, I mean, he's not trying to be Cap no more, which is a good thing.
No, I mean,
He's
I
not.
feel
We
like
don't
he's
call
more
him that.
Bucky, but if he like would have started out more like of a savage like military cat like Bucky, I mean, we all would have been smooth with that because it's like okay, like John Walker is like just a crazy white dude who's just trying to like go ham on on people because he's like he was discharged. You know what I'm saying? Like he feels like that guy who was discharged from the
yeah.
military.
I just couldn't get
But
Yeah,
it.
you
I
talking
want
about
him to
after?
be that dude, but not Cap. Because
Yeah,
I
he
feel
did
like
get
John Walker is
discharged.
capping.
He
That's what
got
it feels like.
discharged. He sure the hell did get discharged.
He was definitely discharged, but it's like he seems like from the very beginning, like his mentality was like somebody who was discharged.
Yeah, it just
Even when
Yeah.
he got the shield. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the that's why he was never built for Captain America. Because he had a discharged mentality.
yeah.
And
He had a
Sam
little
had
man mentality. That's what he had. He didn't get that serum right out the gate, and I don't think he ever thought he would be able to live up
but
to the Captain America
you
thing.
just said it. Little man. That's
Yeah,
Timu.
he had the little man.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's Timu all the way. Like you got the Dollar Tree mentality. Like that's not gonna go down. Like with
Yeah, I
people.
agree.
Like you not gonna that's not gonna resonate. And
Tina.
that's what John Walker was the whole rip.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, he said he sucks.
He does.
I mean, I
Shout out to
respect
John
him
Walker.
more.
Shout
Don't
out to
get me
John
wrong.
Walker.
I
I
respect Walker
like
more.
listen, I respect him more, but respect is also still a stretch.
Yeah, it's
Like
tough.
talk,
It's
I
tough.
think
He's still
talk his
because
young.
he
wife and
was
child first.
he
Yeah,
was
he got work to
so
do.
he was so weak and you know what I'm saying like the Winter Soldier and your boy man it's like I think we just already had a perception of him that just wasn't gonna be good regardless of who John Walker became.
Yeah, it wasn't fair
Like
from the jump. It really just wasn't.
yeah, I mean it's
It
like
wasn't
you
fair.
know
Wasn't his
it don't
fault
matter what he does. He gonna be a
until it
punching
became his
bag
fault.
at this. He's gonna be the Timu guy, like from now on. That's what
I
he's
don't
gonna
think they're
be.
gonna keep him that way. That's the thing. I think he's gonna have a glorious moment. I really
I feel
think
like
he
he would have
is.
been nice if he was with
They're
like
gonna give
Baron
it to him.
Zemo. If he was like Baron Zemo, I feel like he would have been nice. You know,
And
like I
speaking
would
of
have had
that,
more. I would
yeah,
have had more
Baron's
respect for him then, versus being like an Avenger.
Yeah, I don't
Cause
like
I
him.
like that's the part for me I'm not feeling. Like
that
John
he's an
Walker's,
Avenger right now.
yeah, it's
I
like
don't think none of
he's
them should be an Avenger.
Not earned.
None of them.
they shouldn't be.
Not one of them.
It's disrespectful. That that's why Sam's like, nah, y'all. I don't want to say the words, but y'all in words ain't no y'all in words ain't no Avengers. That's what Sam is saying right now. You know what I mean? That's what
And it's
Sam
like,
is
then
thinking.
what?
Like
Right.
y'all what? Y'all who?
And more
Jigga what?
importantly, it
Y'all are
really is not even
Jigga
because
invited
of.
who?
for an
It's
Avenger.
less
That's
because of
what
them and more of who's in charge of them. To be real, like
Mm-hmm.
Val is the most questionable out of all of them. So I think
But
she's the one
Val
that
has
makes them
shown her
not.
cards from the very beginning though.
But don't
Some of
everybody
them
else
other
know it
cats, you
though.
gotta be like, Jigga what? Jigga who?
I
You
mean,
know?
like let's just go running down the line. Yelena is the same thing as Black Widow, so
Facts.
it's no different with that. Walker, okay, that was just Walker. I don't know.
He's
I don't know.
Ezel. He's Ezel. Is what he is.
Then we got a Soviet. We got two Soviets on the Avengers first and
We got
foremost.
more respect for Red Guardian because he served that time. You know what I'm saying? He did a bid.
I
He
love
sure
how
did.
they were talking and they're like, no, we're the same. And then he's like, what type of serum did you have? He's like, I had the Hydra
The
serum.
Hydra.
He was like, oh, I had the Soviet coffee. And I was
Facts.
like, what the Soviet Union? Like,
We the
And he
same.
went in on
yeah, we the
Sam. Like
same.
I was feeling that because I felt where Red Guardian was coming from. He's like, look, where's Sam at? We up here in the in the Avengers Tower. We the ones who's giving them the business. Where's Sam
Man,
at? Sam ain't been nowhere to be found.
Him and on them Wheaties. I was like, ooh.
Sam ain't got no
he was
bread either.
trying. He was trying. He was trying with the Wheaties box, wasn't
He was really trying.
Man,
He was
I was
trying
sad.
hard.
I was like,
But I respect it though. Because that's what Red Guardian really wanted to be. He wanted to
yeah,
be that guy.
you want to be that hero.
He
he?
wanted to
Yes, he
be a
is.
hero. Well, Sam wanted to play the background. It's like, nah, man. Like, you can't be Chad. You know what I'm
Chad.
saying? You can't be Chad. You gotta be for real. You know what I'm saying? You gotta play the foreground.
That's
Man.
hilarious. He said-
You can't be Chad,
that was
man.
a deep cut right there. Thank you, Chad. I ain't catch it till the Pharrell came through.
I didn't either. I was like, oh, going
He,
there.
he
I
want to be
got you now.
Chad. Yeah, nah, you
Hey,
can't do
You
that.
know, shout out to Chad. What is Chad doing these days?
I don't know, but he probably cashing checks without
I know he
having to
is.
do
Facts.
all the stuff that Pharrell
And
do.
making heat is what he's
Yeah,
doing.
that's what he do. But anyway, I don't remember where we left off. Oh, Val.
Telling
Yeah.
Cincy that he's her guy.
Oh, yep.
He goes to his
That's right.
makeover.
hmm And I think that's when our people show up to the Avengers Tower, start whooping ass. But she comes over the loudspeaker like, "What are y'all doing? Y'all just messed up all this shit. I want y'all to come up here. I left the door open for
The
y'all."
door was open. Just come up.
Right. So they come up the elevator. We get our infamous elevator scene when they, open up, and there they are
Always.
into in the space where Loki got slammed by Hulk.
Mm.
Avengers won
And she's
right back in that
copying,
same space.
And it
Huh?
wasn't just a slam
copying,
either.
she's copying Tony by making a drink like how
Drink.
he
Yep.
did.
Yep. So nonchalant with it, like y'all are no threat to me at all. She was rather bold, but anyways, they basically threatened her like, "Yo, we taking your ass in. Impeachment is on the way. Um, take that." And then here we go, Sentry out of nowhere, Superman moment. He gave them the BIZ, capital letters, all of it. He just
With
made
his
it look effortless.
hair.
His gold hair, his blonde hair. It
Terrible.
did look trashy.
It looked
It looked
real
trashy.
effortless too.
It looked trashy, but yeah, how he was how he was doing them was effortless. It was no
I,
problem. It's nothing they can do. Um, absolutely nothing.
Hmm.
Dismantle it.
I'm
Sent them packing.
curious of your thoughts on that though, Taylor Day,
On what?
of how easily Century was just able to handle business.
Okay, so like character wise, I was like, dang, yeah. Also, you really quickly got a hold of your powers that you were just struggling with like 5 minutes
Yeah,
before. But okay, cool. Mainly, like from actor standpoint, from actor standpoint, I was impressed with Lewis Pullman because when I first came in and saw that he was cast, I was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And he has no lips. You know what I mean? It's not just I don't get it, but I don't get it. And he doesn't have
he
any
has no
lips.
lips.
Like, come
None.
on.
None.
But then like being able to see him like slide so smoothly from like this punk dude to
hmm
like, oh no, like very Homelander
Yeah,
esque.
very
I
much
was
so.
like, okay,
Yeah,
I see it.
you had to have range to play that role. You had to
So
have
much
hella range.
range. I did
Yeah.
not realize the man had that range. I did not know he had that range. I didn't know
hmm
he was packing like that. But yeah, it was given Homelander. But the only thing was that he like literally picked it up like that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how?
Only
How?
thing, yeah, I feel you
2
on that.
minutes ago, you couldn't remember
Yeah,
nothing.
Right.
he was going in like Meteor Man when he was
You was
going in on the baby Golden Lords and the the
yes.
Golden Lord, the Junior Golden Lords.
Stupid as hell.
That was so bad though.
He was
Yeah, I
going
mean,
in, man.
learning powers is kind of like it's just a time saver, I guess. Because
It
of
was.
course,
It was.
yeah, it's
I
funny. I
don't
listened
like
to.
how they learn too quick though.
It's
Like,
just.
I
you know what
I
I mean? It
mean,
was like
You just don't have enough movie. You have to have a
it
TV
was
series
too
to really.
fast, bro. It's
it's
like
so fast.
there's no way. Like he
Just
was
burst of light.
Bob like 30 minutes ago. He went
Yeah.
from Bob to full on Century.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on.
I mean, the funny. I listened to what's my man John Campia earlier today.
Hmm.
John
He had
Campy,
the
yeah, that's
yeah,
my
he had
guy.
the best
Salute to
explanation.
Campy.
He had the best explanation for this, especially for like just on some movie magic shit. It was like it's really just instinct. He gave a good analysis. Dang,
Analogy.
analogy. Thank you. The cuckoo bird.
Hmm.
Nah, peep game though. So the cuckoo bird, on instinct, it lays is a terrible parent. Cuckoo birds are horrible parents. They don't raise their young at all. So what they do is they drop their eggs into other birds nest.
Hmm.
And when that bird emerges from the egg, it immediately kicks out every other egg. So now that bird is only giving that bird attention. And he just pointed that out like that is 1000% just nature. That's
Yeah.
just instinct. Things happen like that. So that's kind of how he's like, I'm just gonna run with that with the movies because we don't have time for that. You know what I mean? Like we just don't have time for him to build up all his powers. Because in the real
Yeah, I
world, I
mean,
feel you. I feel you, but this is not a TV series, it's a movie.
that's that's real. But
Yeah.
when you think of like other movies of like similar caliber where that fighter had to get raised to be a fighter, like
You would
I mean,
think.
they just didn't
I,
like come out the
yeah.
box like
Yeah, they do.
with hands like Bruce
Captain
Lee,
America
like.
did. The
To
moment he bursted out of that
But
shell, he
but
was
to
on
me,
foot chasing
I
goons.
think, but I do think that's where Marvel fails though. At
Mhm.
times, it's like because we don't get to see. Okay, like comic book swag, like KLL just didn't become Superman. Like he had to get some jewels along the way. Like
Yeah, that's his
a
problem
lot of
though.
these cats in the comic book era had to get like some jewels along the way. Like you just don't come out the box like with hands like Tyson and the perfect trainer.
You do in the
Like
movies though.
I think. I think at the very least, what they
what
could have done.
100%. But I would like to see a deviation from that though, at least once, to where we can
Only
kind
in
of
a
see
TV show. You'll get it in a TV
because.
show, but not in a movie. We don't have time for it.
But
That's the thing though.
when we
Would you
talk
want to
about like,
wait an entire movie to get Sentry's powers? You
but when
wouldn't
we
want
talk
that.
about like mental health though, like
Yeah, I dig
Bob
that.
had issues with his mental health
Yeah, the
and
dark side. Yeah.
other issues. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I didn't get enough to kind of like really appreciate the void coming out of him because like he went from like 0 to 100 so fast. Like it's like man, at least give me something. Give me something to where I can kind of like relate. Like I feel like characters should be relatable at some point. Like it shouldn't just be like we give them a power and it's just like the
I mean,
switch just
well,
flips.
even with that, like we're not going to relate anyways because we're never going to be a Sentry. But what we do have is a void. We all have
I
a dark side.
but I agree with that. But
That's
like
where we relate.
we wouldn't have known unless you know of that character that there was even going to be a void. We
Nobody
wouldn't have
knows
known that.
unless you know that character for sure. But
We
we knew
wouldn't
he
have
had a
known
dark
that.
side. We
And
knew
we
he had a dark
there were
side at
We
a
some
knew
down
we
point.
knew
there
there
were
was
some scares
something,
there.
but at least but at least kind of like give me some insights. You know, like they gave us some insights as far as like cutting to scenes of like the Elena and John Walker, but I still feel like man, like there was not enough meat on the bone, and he just went from like 0 to 100. Like at least for me as a fan of just content creation, I don't dig that as much
Oh,
because he
let's
went
answer this. So he said, AJ 2003. He said, I agree. I think Sentry should have learned his powers for example, like Miles into Spider-Man, learn how to be Spider-Man through the others, then fully come to his own. But the point
One hundred
is,
percent.
who is going to teach Sentry how to be Sentry, though?
So
That's the
But
thing.
I
No, go
think
ahead,
there
Taylor.
was
Let
a
Taylor
but
say
I
she
think
been
there
trying
was
to
a
say
like
something.
I think there was a moment. This man went from getting bullets all through his body to just flying like he was Thor
Nah, he
immediately.
didn't. He flew, but he didn't fly with
he didn't
control.
fly.
Nah, he kind of
He
just
didn't
lifted
fly
away,
with he didn't
He was
fly with
floating.
lost his
control,
Like,
breath, and then fell to
but I
earth.
felt like it was too soon for him to gain control though. Like I
He
felt
didn't.
like
He never gained control right there.
so
He
this is
fell to earth.
but I
so
but I
this is
still feel like he kind of did because he was still bodying people though. Like in
Oh, you
that
talking about
moment.
in the Avengers Tower? I thought you was talking about him flying.
No, no, no,
And
no,
he,
not just Avengers Tower. I'm talking about like when he got shot. Like yes, he flew up, but
he wasn't in control though.
man, it was just like
I just want to
at
know
least
what
for
part of the movie though. That's the thing. It's like the movie's not long enough for that. It would have to be
I
three
no no
hours for him to get
what
a full
100%. Like
situation.
I don't disagree with that at all. But I feel like they still could have like did this in baby steps. There was no baby steps. I still feel like it went from like 0 to 100. He
So
went from like. Go ahead, Taylor.
this
You
is what
got it.
I'm thinking, right? Because I agree with you, but I agree with Ton. Like
I do too.
we couldn't
I agree with
see
both of
it,
y'all.
but if they would have just said, "Hey, there was at least a week or two between all of them in that gas station and then arriving at Avengers Tower," they said there was at least a week or two from them getting there to there because it seemed like it was immediate. Like they just
Hmm.
hopped a plane, somehow got in a truck and just drove in, like kicking down doors. But if they had said like, "Oh, there has been time that has passed," and in that time that we don't see on screen, he's been
Hmm.
training and honing his powers. But again,
Hmm.
it's like they just
Facts.
dyed his hair and
We didn't see that. Like
and he was
it just
sentient.
felt like
Yeah,
Val whispered in his ear. Next
exactly.
thing
And
you
then
know,
also,
he's a sentry and he's over ill.
I think a lot of
He's
information.
seasoned.
I think a lot of information that we're missing too is what happened prior to when the movie starts. Because when Yelena's in there and she sees all those papers, she sees a photo of him as Void, and she sees like the blacked out people that he like
Hmm.
dusted beforehand. So it's
Hmm.
like, and then we know that his memory is not reliable too.
Hmm.
So it's like, how much did he hone before he was aware of it in this time period too?
Right, 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 right. I
He
get what
did
you're saying.
go, he did go complete void, but we just didn't see it. We just saw the pictures that Yelena found that he can get to that level. We just don't know how,
Yeah,
how
like
Yeah,
long
we
I
didn't
wish
see
we
it
it.
would have got
happened.
that.
It was just a lot of
Hmm.
sprinkling of things. But again, if they would have just said, "Hey, this is the amount of time that has passed," and yes, we know in that time period he's been able to like kind of hone his powers, I would have felt a lot
Hmm.
better about it. But it
Yeah.
felt like
Hmm.
it happened in like in the amount of time that it took him just to get a perm.
I get what you're saying though
Hmm.
too, son. I'm like it's only so much you can do
Yeah.
in a movie. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To like make it entertaining, but also make it worthwhile. But at the end of the day, I wish they at least would have just gave us some type of bone to chew on. It's like, hey, like Val and her minions was like in his ear and like showing him how to like hone in these powers. Cause he went from like a good dude to like savage off a bullet wound. And I feel like that's not enough for me as somebody who's has seen like so many different movies before. I'm like, at least kind of like build up to this.
Yeah.
Like I know like Yelena was giving us like bars as far as like getting him to open up as far as like who he is and like where he comes from, but it's still like there was still like some. I mean, we could have got more. Is
I think
basically what I'm
also
saying.
I think also him being such a sad individual to begin with, and the fact that he was searching for like that identity, I
Hmm.
think that it was kind of supposed to be that easy for Val just to tell him in his ear that he was worthwhile because the entire time he went to them searching for that to be worthwhile, to be somebody, to
Right,
be anyone other than himself. So
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it may be just a lack of information. I never thought about what you just said though, because he had well, he was the Sentry before he popped out of that box.
Yeah.
So he also already had fried the two scientists that he was with. So at some point, he already had been doing some Sentry slash Void things, but I don't know. Yeah, at the end of the day, though, filmmakers they kind of just leave it up to us sometimes to just be like, all
It
right,
doesn't take
you know
away
what I
from the
mean?
movie though.
Sometimes if it
No,
was
The
a
movie was
TV
still good.
series, if it was a series, we had 2, 3 episodes to build on it. I'm sure that's the route they would have took. But this movie actually wasn't about Sentry though
It
I
was
would.
still
at all.
good. I
It was
mean,
more about
like,
the Void than anything.
don't get me wrong, man. I'm nitpicking. I'm nitpicking at the end of the day, but I still feel like I wish I would have got more build up, but it didn't change how I feel about the movie. Like it did not.
You know what I would love to
No.
see?
Ooh. Oh, what's that?
I don't think it's a possible now, but I would love to see Sentry and Wanda interact because I feel like on a certain level they carry similar grief and also are both similarly like their powers go insane.
Right.
Um, and I would love to see them interact with each other.
I don't think it's too late.
But isn't
I
I
think
thought they
it's
said she's dead now?
nah, man. I don't believe that. She got to come back, and the
Yeah.
reason why is because she's at least in the comics, her character is so integral to what. Why is Nate calling me? Nate always call me when something's going down,
Nate just
when
called
I'm
me
doing
too.
something.
He just called me as well.
He was like, "Why
Yeah,
these
my
niggas ain't
bad,
answering the phone?"
Right.
y'all.
I
My
didn't think he was gonna call you, but he definitely
he
just
called
called
you
me.
too. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
You
Anyways,
see that?
I
Hold
forgot
on.
what I was about to say.
You see that
Wanda.
Avic?
Oh yeah. Wanda's like
Right. That's
essential to the Doctor Doom storyline as far as Secret Wars goes. So
Mhm.
I doubt they pass up that opportunity to get at least some of this on screen. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
Sentry, if they're bring Sentry back, it has to be against somebody who's equally powered in some
Mhm.
form or fashion. And we don't have many of those in the universe anymore. Wanda's one of them, if she's alive, and I think she is. And Captain Marvel. Who else? Thor, maybe. That's about it. There's no
that's
Mm.
other.
about it.
There's no other people that's even in the
Get
realm of
That can
all
that,
Sentry.
that,
get
that
all
can
the ones who
compete.
went through their depressions. Come on, let's all have a meeting together. Sit
Oh
around
man,
like
Lord, it's gonna get dark in that meeting,
I
boy.
would love it. I would love it. That'd be so funny at the same time.
I
A
mean,
bunch of people with depression. That's
maybe
so
homie from Thor might be able to compete.
Who you
Might.
talking about?
Um,
Talking about Hercules?
no, not Hercules.
yeah, scrap person.
From Thor: Love and Thunder,
Which one?
Oh, you
the
talking
villain.
about Gore? Gore
Yeah,
the God
Gore.
Butcher?
Yeah,
Okay.
go to God
Oh,
Butcher.
Nah, I
Gore
don't
the
think he
God
got nothing for
Butcher
Sentry.
beating Void would be crazy.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
he
He
he would
might. Yeah,
probably
he
get
probably.
cooked, but
He might.
I feel like his sneak attack was fierce enough to where he might cause
Man,
problems.
what a
It's
ruined
possible.
villain. That was such a good villain and they ruined him.
He
Who's
was
that?
a
Oh,
great
God,
villain.
the God Butcher. Yeah,
He was
Mm,
a great villain,
he's a
and
yeah,
great
and they
villain.
did ruin him.
They did
yeah.
ruin him.
That's Tyka's fault. That's Tyka's fault.
Like,
He spent too much time in the comedy club and then partying with women too much. He's
never that,
ah!
never that
he was
comedy
he was
club,
what
man.
what's her name
Rita or
Ortiz
his wife.
Rita Ora, that's her name. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rita Ora.
Yeah, never that
Doing
comedy
too much,
club.
doing too much with her. But anyways, I don't remember where we're at, but we basically get to the end of the movie and we got the void in the sky.
Yeah.
The
It
void
was
in the
so
sky
dope.
is
It was so dope. I
terrifying.
love the boy.
The void is terrifying. I'm not gonna lie to you. The void is very terrifying. The most terrifying part of the whole movie was when Bob was actually beating the living crap out of him, but you could
Yeah.
still see the void smiling with his teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, oh man, that's the
Boy just
creepiest
like,
shit
yeah.
ever. That's creepy right there.
Yeah,
That's
especially when
creepy,
all
man.
you can see is eyes and teeth,
Right.
and he was just over there throwing the
Living
haymaker
hurt.
every single rip. I was like, man,
It was so good. It was so well done. I loved it.
Said werewolf
That could be
hope. This almost
crazy.
as
Yeah,
Oh,
bad.
but seeing that
yeah,
little
Hawk.
girl get misted was wild. I was like, this is a Disney movie. What?
I damn near wanted to clap when I saw that.
I
I'm
was like,
telling you, a movie is not a true movie unless everybody can get murked. That's how I feel about it.
what a
Infinity War told me that.
child.
I was like, you know what? If anybody can get murked, all right, I believe in the stakes now. I
I was
believe in it.
like, I was like, this ain't your mama's Disney no more.
Nah, hell no, it's not. Did you watch Daredevil? It
And
is
never the
not your
hell not.
mama's.
I
Hey,
know, but still.
people
Um,
was getting bodied off in Daredevil.
Yeah,
but think
but
about it. Think about that little girl somewhere in one of her little
right,
shame rooms too.
right, factuals. I wonder what it was.
Oh my gosh.
It was bodies caught in
But
Daredevil.
also, like, so all them other people that he misted
Uh
pre
huh.
this moment, did they come back? Like,
The weird thing is, I
And
think
just
everybody
think,
came back
Taylor,
in their where they were when they left.
Frank
But
Castle might be living under your apartment building,
that's funny
like
as hell.
in
This
some
is wild.
tunnel.
You can't let Jabbar be on
I mean,
nothing.
Frank
They
Castle
just said
could
Frankie
be
might be under your under your building.
somewhere.
I believe it.
Mayor Fisk. But yeah. So how do we yeah, we have the void in the sky, and he's basically misting and shadowing everybody. And Yelena decides, you know what? I think there's something to this void. We're gonna go in here and try to find good old Bob. And that was kind of terrifying in there too, because she also had to relive her childhood trauma multiple times in that same
Yeah,
thing, and then
she did.
witness herself drinking extensively, and she even got to take a sip in her drink.
He said, "You gonna
The
drink this?" liquor."
She even got to
the
take a couple
fact the
sips.
fact that that's Bob, yeah.
But the whole time, Bob, you have to stop
Robin
this,
May.
Bob. You know what I mean? But she finally gets to him, and yeah, she tries to work him, bring him down from whatever's going on in his head and with the void. She gets stuck in there. The team has to come in and rush and help her out, which is that was one of those moments like, yo, we knew it was gonna happen. But when you seen Red Guardian look at Walker and say, "What did you see in there?" when he it was kind of like I ain't gonna say a tearjerker, but you knew it was real because that's
Mm,
what brought the movie levity to me. You know, Red Guardian, he's the jokey, the super joker, but he's also a pops.
mhm.
So you know what I mean. The emotion that he was showing in that really brought the movie down to earth. But everybody goes into the void, rescues Yelena and Bob, come out of it, save the day. Guess who we see and hear talking on the phone? Miss Allegra Contessa De Fontaine.
How did she
They
know?
they Allegra.
It was
It's
like he
it's so
knew.
weird. It was a weird thing. She was already setting up a press conference because she
Yeah.
was thinking that the Century was going to completely body them, like smear them across the street, like destroy them. But he showed mercy because obviously, if he's a god, they're no threat to me. So I like how he played
Also,
that.
also him
But
completely forgetting everything. They're like, "Are you good?" And he was like, "Yeah, what happened?"
when they were
I
talking
thought
about
it
Nerf, it was talking about Nerf. Yeah, that's another way they nerfing him. Can't let him remember nothing either.
was not remembering
Factuals.
anything. I was like,
You can't remember it.
Actual
That,
factuals.
that's a
but you know
bad
what was
boy.
given? It was given Moon Knight because I'm like, do you have a little
Oh
bit of a
yeah,
split personality? Like,
yes. That's exactly how I felt. That's exactly how it felt to me. I'm glad you said that. Very much like what was his name in there? Uh damn, what was Moon Knight's name in there? Jake. It was Jake was the final one that we didn't ever get to see really.
Mark Scepter.
Mark Spector. Mark Spector. Uh yeah. It was one more, it's three of them. But anyways, yeah, I got that same vibe though, Taylor. It's very Moon Knightish. Considering we may never get Moon Knight again, so that's
But I actually like Moon Knight though. I
oh
mean,
yeah,
it sound like we're gonna get it again. At
That's
least
well,
from
Been a long
some of the
time now. It's
writers.
been a
I
minute.
don't. He's not getting this. We're not getting a season two. They already said that. We're not getting a season two of that shit.
That's terrible.
And we can't get a Blade movie because that was like the next logical step. They wanted to do the what's the team up for Blade? Midnight
Midnight
Suns.
Suns.
Yeah, like they're in a bad way right now.
So they as of now, you're saying they scrap Midnight Suns, they scrap Young Avengers.
They haven't actually scrapped Young Avengers.
They
They're not gonna be
haven't,
called. They're not gonna be called Young Avengers though. They're gonna be
because
called
I was gonna say,
Champions.
like in the
Yeah,
Marvels,
cause we gonna end up getting like Shang Chi and Ant Man.
yeah.
They
That's gonna be
not
Sam.
young,
That's the Sam Avengers. That's the Sam
right?
Avengers right there. That's what
And
you
they
get
not
right there.
young.
The
So
champions is gonna be Miss Marvel, the new Hawkeye,
right.
maybe Stature, Ant Man's daughter,
Yeah.
um, Riri Williams, possibly
Patriot,
Riri. Who else?
But the fact you just
Patriot.
said, like
Yeah, Patriot. Yeah.
Miss Marvel and Hawkeye and probably White Vision
Oh, you guys heard how Hawkeye
is gonna
isn't
be
getting
on
a
Sam's team. I mean,
I
that's hard
mean,
body, bro. And probably Scarlet Witch too.
yeah.
I don't know if Scarlett will be there, but
She gonna be there, bro.
don't sleep on Sam's team. I think they're gonna throw us some curveball with Sam's team though. I don't think it's gonna be just 100%
I
the
mean,
usual
Sam's
suspects.
team is legit, bro.
It will be.
Already,
Shang
even
Chi is enough,
Shang
and
Chi
Hulk.
and Ant Man and Hulk, bro, and Miss Marvel.
Now I
That
think
right,
Miss Marvel will
and
be on there.
Thor, and
Captain
Thor.
Marvel for sure, and Thor, maybe
I'm
Thor.
sorry, Captain Marvel. I apologize.
Yeah,
Captain Marvel and Thor.
possibly Thor. I don't
I
know
said,
what Thor's status is. That's the only issue with him. I don't know.
man, Thor about to be over here like smacking dudes in the states.
I don't know.
Cause
So
Thor
are we
can't just
getting
put
get
he
Avengers
can't put
versus new
hands on
Avengers?
Hercules like that.
My thing is, are they ever going to actually bring Hercules in? I feel like they're going to scrap it.
I keep hearing talks of Thor 5, but where it happened though? That's what I'm thinking.
Thor is a popular movie. They ain't gonna scrap Thor to me.
Yeah, but it's just like some of them. I'm like, yo, can we move
I
on?
mean,
And I love
he's too
Thor, but
he's too much of a popular character.
my thing is,
I
if
just
they bring back Thor again, I'm not gonna lie, I would want him to be serious again.
Yeah, I don't want none of this latest Thor shit. Hell no.
I had fun with the
No.
comedy, but it's like I want
I mean,
serious.
but I feel like that's what y'all gonna get though.
I know,
I
but
don't. I don't. I don't think we're gonna get that at all. Reason why is because even Chris Hemsworth said, "All right, the jokes is too much. The people have already spoken, and Kevin
I
Feige has
mean,
already said Phase 5 was not where it's
I
supposed to
just
be.
don't feel like you gonna
They're
get
go-
like
they're, they're going back.
Joker caliber. Like you're not gonna get like that type of person. I mean, Thor
I
is
mean, I
too
don't want
much
it to
of
be
a.
like dark,
No,
like
I
we're going
mean,
back to the original Thor,
the
the
original,
original Thor.
how he was
That's
like
what
like
we're going back.
Thor is too much of you know, he's a god who's arrogant to me.
That's what we
Even
want
in the
back.
comics, like he was just that guy. Like
Mhm.
I don't feel like he's gonna give you what you asked for. As far as like
mm,
a laid back dude who's like, oh man, it's Thor.
give me like an old
You know what I'm
man
saying?
Thor.
I feel like Thor is always a dude who's gonna have a loincloth.
I
Pause.
I want Thor in the context of Logan.
I feel you. Serious.
But
Somebody
I don't.
serious.
I don't see Thor as a Logan though. Like I
No,
just don't see him being that guy.
Thor was originally like a Logan. He was
He
very
was
serious
originally, but I
until
feel
Taika
like
got him.
his pops made him soft and like other people.
but okay. So what if something happens?
Logan's been Logan the whole rip.
I hear
Logan's
you.
like I
But
don't
what
give a
if something
goddamn.
happens to the daughter and we make Thor depressed again? But this time it's a hardened depressed, not like a pudgy depressed,
Mark my word.
like
We
a
will
vintage
never get a.
god depressed.
We will not get a Love and Thunder ever again.
I
Nothing
know.
like it ever. Not
Listen,
out of
the
Thor.
one before Love and Thunder though, Ragnarok. Ragnarok was
Ragnarok.
funny. I love Ragnarok.
Ragnarok was close,
Love and
but
Thunder
it
was
was close.
funny,
Even Ragnarok, I thought was too jokey for my taste.
though.
But
Factuals.
It's
I
still
agree with
it
that.
had the levity in it though. It was still hard, but it was you know what I mean. He started leaning too much into the jokies there, but that
Successful.
was the better balance. It was the balance was
Yeah.
way better in Ragnarok than it was in Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder was kind of disrespectful.
Yeah.
It felt like
Was
they didn't take it serious at all.
at all.
But mark my word though, they're not going to do that to Thor no more. Kevin, I'll put that on Kevin. Kevin will not let it happen
Got
again.
on my mama. Okay. But yeah.
I think they got control of what's going on in the studio. I think now, hopefully,
Actual factuals.
I hope. Um, but anyways, let's see. New Avengers. That's what we got now. The new Avengers.
New Avengers. Their
Um,
hair looks terrible.
yeah, they all the hair looked terrible, didn't it? Bucky's looked terrible. Ghost looked extra horrible. I hated that hair. I
Terrible.
hated it.
Pff,
I hated it.
Awful.
It was awful.
I did like
Um,
his little beret hat. John Walker's little
I'm
beret
on the fence about it. I'm on the fence about it. Speaking of that, that was hilarious. In she was talking about his helmet. She's
hat.
like, "So
Yeah.
what is up with the hat?
He's like, well,
With
do
the
you
hat?"
like it? I love
Yeah,
that scene. That was great.
and of course, Red Guardian would have been
dirty.
hating because Red
Yeah.
Guardian's hat was
He
over as
got one
weak.
too.
It was just
He
Exactly.
as
got the
weak.
leather joint. He got the leather
Right.
joint. It ain't even
He had the
nothing
straight
protective
pleather.
about it.
He had that Ross for less leather on his joint.
Oh
I
man,
was like, nah, Red Guardian. That's not
we
what we
do have
asked for, bro.
a new Avengers team now, which is crazy. And my man AJ 2003. So are we getting the Avengers versus New Avengers in the next one? I don't in the fashion of like Civil War. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to be duking it out, but they're going to make it some. They're going to make it a battle. I just don't know how yet.
It's
They
so
clearly set it up.
they're
I
gonna
hope it's
have
not
to
a court thing.
join forces to go
Yeah,
against some other
yeah.
alternate world.
Facts.
Oh,
We
but
all know
speaking of
that.
alternate worlds, them seeing the Fantastic Four rocket
Facts.
in
Yeah,
the post credit scene, I was
it's
like,
actually
oh wait,
confusing.
because I thought they were in a completely different in a complete. Well, they said it's interdimensional,
It's
but
interdimensional. Yeah,
I thought we were staying in their dimension for their movie, but at some point, I guess
I
they're putting on.
I don't know to be honest. I really don't know. I didn't even know what to think about that because it confused me as far as timeline goes.
Very confused.
Are we getting the very beginning of Fantastic Four where they gain their powers, or are we getting the end of Fantastic Four when they're escaping their universe? Like you know, what I mean? Like I just don't.
I mean,
I don't
I
understand.
personally
I mean,
think we getting the end of Fantastic Four,
because would it be like them coming
and
to
the
ours?
Fantastic Four is
Hmm.
over chasing Galactus.
But what if
Like
they're
they're trying to figure out a way to body Galactus, and they
what
just
if they're
happen to be in Earth 616.
what if they're coming to
Hmm.
ours to warn us because they're Galactus or Doctor Doom trying to come to get us next?
It's possible. It's
You never
possible.
I
I
mean,
really don't know.
it's to me it's setting up Doomsday, but I do feel
know.
like I mean with these worlds converging,
Mm-hmm.
that it's more so like the heroes are trying to
Facts.
find a way. They're trying to navigate like around it because I don't think at least from where Fantastic Four is coming from. I mean, obviously their Earth is blowing up,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like they are searching for a new Earth,
Mm-hmm.
but they still don't know about Doctor Doom yet. That's
It's
what it feels
possible.
like to me,
Hmm.
like watching it.
Yeah. I have 1,000. I have no idea where Doctor Doom's coming from, but I did hear that
Go ahead.
he's coming from that 818 though. That
Uh-oh.
you know it. That's the same universe that Wanda slaughtered the entire Illuminati. That's where I heard he might be coming from, and that makes me worried.
But that makes sense though.
But it makes me worried because them are some fragile ass people on
Because
that.
if you think about it, it makes sense that Wanda would have triggered that.
Wanda,
Because
Wanda,
if
Wanda.
if you coming from
Right?
that,
Yeah.
if you coming from that Earth, you like, man, there's somebody out here that's like so raw business and so extreme that she just was easily turning people to dust. It's like
Mhm.
the Super Nintendo version of um what's the game with Shang Tsung and them Mortal
Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat.
It's the
Mm,
Super Nintendo version where everybody get turned to dust, not even
dang.
blood.
Right. They couldn't have blood in that game. Right. That's hilarious.
That's what I feel. What was out here doing, like
That's crazy.
she
You
was
might be right though.
she was handling business to a point. She was just turning people to dust.
She was clowning on folks.
Yeah, that
She
is a good
was.
point though.
She
She
was like,
could. She man, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, that post credit scene was shot by the Russos, which is dope. I
It
did
mm,
like the
was.
look of it. It was just bad hair days. It was bad hair days going around. It
the
really
when
was.
hair was
when you see the rocket just over there doing that, just sliding
atrocious.
in. You know what I mean?
It was just the hair. I noticed Bucky immediately. Like, golly,
I'm
why
like,
he got so
why
much?
y'all
He got
turn
so much
Bucky
volume.
down?
Yeah, he got too much
Bucky
volume.
looks
They
like
look
a
like
televangelist right now.
Look,
Like, what are y'all doing?
Bucky out here like, who I got a backhand now?
For
I got
real.
this metal arm.
Back in the day, y'all just
Who I
had
got a?
Bucky with some eyeliner and some dirt looking
I need to
fine.
put something on the black hand side. Who I got? Who I got to put hand? Who got to put hands on now?
man.
Speaking of Black Inside,
That's
I was so hurt when he tore that man's arm off. I was like, please don't hurt his Wakanda arm. Please.
that man just got
Please.
it out the dishwasher.
You
Just got
just
it out
get
the
it. It's just
dishwasher.
clean. Please
Century
don't
made it
crush
look so
it.
easy.
It's
Century
not like
just
T'Challa's
dismantled. He
still alive.
dismantled that man.
He
Straight
did.
dismantled.
Indeed. Um, but so yeah, I guess the next time we see all these characters will be in Avengers Doomsday. To what extent, I have no idea. I'm sure they're going to be pretty major characters, though I believe that movie will be spearheaded by RDJ himself, sort of
Mm.
in the similar fashion that they did Thanos' Infinity War, where he's the main character and everybody else kind of rotating around his center, uh, his uh, his role. So that's what I assume. But we're gonna have multiple Avengers teams. Everybody's coming together. Um, I think we should do a whole nother show and assemble Sam's team for him and see if we can come together and get a nice little squad for Sam. By the way, I've watched Captain America like 6 times.
Really?
It is actually dope, y'all. There's some things in there that annoys the shit. Oh! And
Like what?
It's all script related. All script
Like
related. Like
what?
when Torres meets dang, what am I doing? The
Blake
new
Milton?
Falcon meets dang, the old Cap. What am I? Isaiah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Why does he have to explain his backstory to Torres?
I don't
Torres
know.
was there the whole. You
Oh,
know what I mean? He
I'll
was
tell
there
you.
for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I'll
I
tell
know they
you what.
was fans because they had to explain it to people who didn't see Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Exactly.
And it
That's
was a
it.
terrible way to do it.
That's what
It was
they're
the
going.
wrong person to do it with. It was the absolute wrong person. We knew.
They're going to
He
do it. That's how they make movies and TV now. They make it dumb enough that you can be scrolling your phone and still keep up with what's going on, not fully pay attention, and you don't have to see all the other movies to
yeah,
have or TV shows to have context of what's going on. It's
that
it's
makes
sloppy. It's sloppy, and
yeah,
it's like
makes no
assuming your
sense.
audiences are dumb. But
Yeah. He had to do it like multiple times. Oh, that just irks me. And then the fight scene where Sam is fighting the dude in the very beginning, the big dude with the 2 knives. Why the hell
Mm.
we didn't know those were adamantium knives, bro? We all was sitting there like, how the hell did he just cut through the
But I
vibranium
mean,
suit?
but how would anyone know that they were though? Unless the
Or
jewel was
whoever he
dropped.
made them, the guy that had them, he should know.
because they said
Like facts, but
black
it would have
actors, right?
never been dropped on us though.
Only reason we know is because the director said something. That's the only reason.
Wait, what
Nobody in the
movie?
whole
What movie did they bring up? They brought up the adamantium just recently because they brought up the what's this
Wolverine.
the thing in
Probably.
the they brought up the thing coming out of the Indian Ocean. Was it
Uh-huh.
Daredevil? It was somewhere they did mention that they did enter adamantium. Oh, was it Captain
It
America?
was Captain America, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like
But
they didn't.
nobody told they don't tell you that the knives, it's before they had the press conference. That's
Oh,
before they had the press conference that adamantium is the new shit.
okay.
Director, I just listened to what the director was saying. He was like, "Yeah, those knives were actually adamantium." So I'm like, tell somebody
Yeah.
how the hell what can cut through vibranium? Nobody knows right now. This is new. We need to know. And not nowhere in that movie do they mention that there's weapons being made by adamantium already, or that those
Facts.
knives are adamantium. So
That's
like,
real.
come on, man. It's little things like that that made that script bad. Just little things like that. Like y'all tripping. You could tell that 17 different writers wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make sense. But overall though, I mean, yeah. I mean
Can you believe
they still
Doomsday is coming out a year from now? It's coming out May 1st next year.
yeah. Yes. Yep.
Crazy.
They are. They just started shooting like a couple weeks ago, I believe.
That is a short amount of time.
Yeah. We'll see. You know what I mean? All we can do is trust them. They're gonna be doing a lot of volume shooting. I can tell you that right now.
Okay.
A
Facts.
lot of shooting on the volume. But I hate that I know shit about movies sometimes because you can
Hey
see it in
man,
the movies. You can really see it like, ah, yeah. Like
you,
Captain America shot a lot on
you gotta
volume.
stay
Like,
alive,
what?
man.
A
That's
lot.
kind of that's kind of the plan.
Yeah. But anyway, so Thunderbolts, as we wrap this up, we all can give this a certified thumb and a thumb up, two thumbs up for this one. I would. A lot of people could keep saying, "Is Marvel back? Is Marvel back?" And my answer to that is no, they're not
Yeah.
yet.
Facts.
We have to
The
wait till Doomsday for that.
Yeah, Doomsday is the determining factor.
We need to see what happened with Doomsday. One hundred
Actually, I
percent.
wouldn't even say Doomsday because Spider-Man comes before Doomsday, I believe, next
Really?
year. So Spider-Man, yeah, I think the newest Spider-Man comes before Doomsday. So,
I still have to say Doomsday because Spider-Man usually is good on its own,
yeah,
but when you pull everybody together, that's really going to tell me what we're working with.
right. Yeah, I'm real interested to see what they do in Doomsday. Who they're going to focus on, who they're going to either set us up to watch die, and who's going to make it past Secret Wars
Hmm.
and march into this new X-Men era that they're ever so slightly inching towards. Because
Every day.
we're almost there. We are almost there. Let's see, we
Uh,
got one more
Monica's there.
all together in Doomsday. Hey, let me just, I don't know. They're still writing Doomsday as they're working on it right now.
Ooh,
I
that's
mean,
not
they gotta be because if
scary.
they wasn't, it would have been done leaked on Reddit. Would have been done leaked.
I mean, hey, I'm gonna keep a promise to y'all. I'm never gonna spoil nothing for y'all out here. I'm not gonna ever get too wild because these people are getting crazy now with this Marvel shit. Like the spoilers, people are dropping, especially like Doomsday and like set photos and stuff like that. They're putting them in their thumbnails. They're telling you exactly what the thumbnail is telling us. Like,
But
y'all
remember,
gotta stop.
Joe and Anthony, they always
Yes,
film fake out stuff. Because
yes,
you
they
know how
do.
they usually do, like the people on
Yeah,
set don't even know what's going on.
right. They do that. They did that for Infinity War for sure.
Hmm.
Remember, yeah. So I hope they keep it together. But man, people are just ruthless, dude. I saw a set photo the other day. I forget. It was one of the big people too that leaked it. It wasn't Campy. It was It might have even been Voss. It was a
Even
Voss or a Cosmic Wonder, like Cosmic Wonder or something. But the thumbnail was a set photo. I'm like, why would you put that in there? Nobody. If you want to see it,
with a set
make it available. Like put it in the. Oh, I have set photos here. Then you click on it and see it. Why would
photo.
you put it? Oh, I hate it so much because these movies are gonna be packed with people, and I know who's gonna be in a lot of it, but I don't want to know all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Factuals.
They told us what 20 something cast members that's going to be in it already, and there's of course another batch that they haven't just They just, I don't know, man. These people losing their minds nowadays. I don't think they know what they're doing all the way, but hopefully they do. Why would they give us the names of people in Thunderbolts on that list? Think about that. Before the movie dropped, they named all the Thunderbolts that were going to be in it. Why would you do that? There's nothing smart about that. I don't know. Anyways, y'all, I need to get into Hollywood. I need to be a part of PR,
Yeah.
advertising. I need to be in the writing rooms. I need to.
Get in there.
I need you to mark. I need you to get me there, Taylor D.
I
I
need
need you to
somebody to
get
get
me
me
there.
there. What you talking about?
Hey, we could become a fantastic duo and get it together because they need our help, bro. They need our help.
That
Factuals.
plug in there. That plug.
They
It's
need
your
our help.
music plug.
They forget that this shit'll sell itself most of the time, but they always trying to do extra.
Yeah.
Always trying to do extra. I still, if they would have never spoiled Red Hulk, I guarantee that movie would have had a certified fresh rating.
Yeah.
It would have at least been close. That's a great surprise. But you put it in
Mhm.
the first trailer, not the second, not the third, the first trailer.
Wait, you
I
think we're
don't
gonna
get it.
see Red Hulk again?
Yes,
Interesting.
absolutely. You don't waste Harrison Ford.
It's just Harrison Ford is so old that I'm like, are we?
Yeah.
The man's in his 80s, you know?
Hey, I agree though. If Fantastic Four is lit, then Marvel might be back. That's the first family.
I think I'm
They
really
get
gonna enjoy Fantastic Four. It looks so good. No, my only beef so far with Fantastic Four is I wish they would have had what's his face? The Rock Man.
you. The
I
thing.
want why are they having the thing look so short?
I'll have to go back and look at the trailer. I actually tried to
Facts.
steer away from the trailer until they showed it to me
Oh,
at the
never
movie
mind.
theaters. Nah, you good. I,
It was in the
I was
theater
trying
today.
not to watch. Yeah, I saw it in the theater. I tried to steer away because I wanted to do a reaction to it. But I don't know. I have to see it.
The
They
actor
made
himself is
some
taller
choices
than
though.
Pedro Pascal, so why not make the thing taller than Pedro Pascal in the movie?
Well, I'll
Also, he's
tell you
built
what.
of rocks. He can be huge. Why are you guys making him so little?
I think it's just perspective. They try to make it a little easier for
Hmm.
just like how Captain America was looking up at Red Hawk. We was like, man, you was on the volume and on the green screen in your garage. That wasn't right. That didn't look good. Let's just keep it eye level. Make us look
Yeah,
regular. I don't know.
I
But they
guess.
pulled it off with Thanos' tall ass. So
Okay.
they did. So I don't know. But anyways, much more discussions that could be had for the Thunderbolts. We just really wanted to get it, initial thoughts. We still ran this thing an hour and a half because that's what we do when we do it.
That's what we do.
Um,
Factuals.
but yeah, we're gonna come back and talk more about this because I do want to assemble a Sam Wilson team, your best team. Oh, one more thing. Hold on, my bad. Before we jump out of here, I forgot about this.
Steve
I
Ewan?
want y'all to tell me what movie Thunderbolts was not better than on this list. These are all movies that came out after Endgame. So we have
I
Spider-Man Far From
can
Home.
easily tell you.
I liked I so it's not better than
Okay, we'll just go pick out the movies on this list that you think is better than the Thunderbolts. I only got
Uh,
two, maybe one actually.
I mean,
mm,
Shang Chi
Yeah,
and maybe.
No Way Home.
I mean,
not for me, but yeah,
Doctor
it's up
Really?
there.
Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I mean, those would
No,
be the only ones that
anything's
I can
better than
really
that.
He said anything. Damn.
that I can really
Because
like.
again, like I just didn't like all that necromancy stuff. It was just built up to be so huge.
Facts.
And the coolest part was just Wanda going and capping folks. Like all the
Yeah.
rest of it wasn't that great. But I love Guardians 3. I love No Way
Mm,
Home. That's about
yeah. Yeah. In my book, just for me personally, the only one that's above it, like securely above it to me, is Shang-Chi. That was
mm,
just totally different. It was just, what I mean? I love kung fu flicks and I love
mhm.
the culture and all that.
I mean, that
Black
Shang
Panther
Chi
was
was
behind
raw
it.
business.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man: No Way Home was right on par with it. If we didn't get the three Spider-Men in it, I think
Mhm.
Thunderbolts would have won that one. But that three Spider-Man moment is one of them moments that
Exactly.
you know what I mean. I have to give it, I show it respect on that tip. I
Those
think it
are
was
the
better
dope.
than Deadpool and Wolverine.
Well, it's not hard to be better than Deadpool.
Marvels, Guardians 3 was up there. It's right on par with there. Obviously, Ant-Man and the Wasp trash. Thor: Love and Thunder trash. Doctor Strange was good, but Thunderbolts is better than that. Eternals, yeah. Black Widow, yeah. That's
Ant
crazy. We
Man and
had two
Wasp,
Spider-Man
hell
movies.
yeah.
Yeah, factual.
Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
Marvels, yeah.
it's pretty safe to say that this movie is probably one of the three best movies they've put out since Endgame.
Hmm.
Easily,
Pretty much, yeah. Okay.
easily.
I just wanted to get you guys' opinion. I meant to pull that up earlier.
Yeah,
Excuse me. But yeah, that's interesting. Isn't that crazy? We've got 14 movies since Endgame.
crazy,
14. Wild. We've got some
crazy.
duds in there too. Well, we got some certified ones in here. Everybody act like it's all bad. Now we got some certified junks in here though.
Hmm.
Factual.
Certified. Say one, two, three, four, five, six. Probably at least six of those are certified joints. Oh,
Hmm.
seven really if you add Thunderbolts in there. So, anyways, it's not all bad, folks. It's not all good, but it's not all bad
Hmm.
at all. If you're gonna keep watching, if you like Marvel movies, keep going. That's all. That's my only suggestion to y'all. If you like Marvel movies, keep going. Yeah, of course they've been hit or miss, but as you can tell, that Marvel is actually gaining their footing, whether you like Captain America or not,
Or not.
or not. Two out of our last three movies have been pretty damn good. Did you
Facts.
didn't like Deadpool and Wolverine, Miss Taylor
Kill
Day?
yourself.
No, I
That's
liked
cold.
it.
Damn.
What did you say? What?
Damn, bro. Nah, we ain't on that.
What did you say?
Don't even worry about what he talking about.
All
Oh,
right, just go ahead. Go ahead, Taylor.
I
You
liked it,
good.
but it's just like I think after three movies of this, it's the same how you guys felt about Love and Thunder after seeing Ragnarok. It's like it's just too much.
Right.
It's like
I
it was
agree.
cool for a moment, but to do three movies of the same kind of humor, it was cool seeing all like the dead 20th Century Fox stuff. But
Hmm.
as far as the humor of Deadpool, I'm over it, and so I'm like, this is
I'm
so
glad you
stale
are.
now.
I
I
feel
agree
you
with that.
1000%.
It's just so stale. And then also, you guys ended Wolverine perfectly, and you brought him back for this.
They did. I like the movie, but I'm with you on the humor part.
Yeah.
I'm not. That's not my humor at all. It really isn't.
And
Not
now
at all.
everyone's
But the
trying to
action
burn
is
Ryan
fire.
Reynolds down. So
Would you say?
I said now everyone's trying to burn down Ryan Reynolds. So because all the
Man,
drama with his wife. So you
yeah, I
know,
Man,
heard. I heard.
it happens.
Yeah,
it
no,
happens.
it happens.
That's
He has said. He said he's
It
not bringing
happens.
back Deadpool though for another movie. I wonder if that's
just
true.
let it go.
Right.
It's over. Let it go.
Yeah, I don't need another movie. I would like him in the universe, but I don't think we need another movie. So
I'm
we'll
even
see.
good on that. Like I don't need
I
it.
wouldn't be mad if it wasn't there. It's not gonna hurt my feelings one bit. But he's
To me,
cool. I think
it was
he's
cool
all
to see
right.
him interact with people, but he's such a his own contained self that I
Facts.
just don't see him existing seriously with other characters without it not being about him. You know?
Oh
It's like,
yeah, yeah. Because if you introduce him, you got to break fourth walls, and it just
yeah, and it's
yeah, it
like,
just
well, you
makes it
just
weird.
shut up. We're trying to like do like a plot here, and you're
Right.
doing your Deadpool. Like, can we get back to the plot? Like, you know?
I feel you. I feel you. I
But
think that I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that's a black thing though.
yeah,
We
maybe.
don't. I think it's the humor thing. It's a black
Yeah.
thing.
It's just like I don't
But
know. I feel like the
it's high
sarcasm and
school.
humor is it's over. It had its moment and
Yeah,
it's over. We're on to the next thing now.
yeah. It just feels like ninth grade humor, high school.
Yeah, it feels like 2016, or like not even 2016, but like yeah, like 20 what night 2017, 2018, and we in
Shit.
2025 now. Like, can we move on?
Right.
That's all.
I dig it. All right, y'all. Well, it's almost past our bedtime because we old like that. But I'm glad we got this in. Next week,
Say that one more time for the people in the back.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We old. It's past our bedtime. We gotta go to sleep. You heard me? I ain't. I have no shame. You see my hairline?
Oh man.
This hairline is like
No,
my hairline is like rings on a tree. The
It look
further
crisp
I can go
though.
back, you can tell how old I'm getting.
It look crisp though.
no, not you, LeBroning yourself.
Right. And you know, we go way
Way
back,
back.
back in time. You know.
It is what it is. But I appreciate y'all for hopping in on the chat and chatting it up with us, keeping us on point. Please
Actual
come back and
factuals.
follow and holler at us, and subscribe, hit the like button. We'll be back. I know sometimes we might take a week or two off, maybe longer. Life is life.
Just know
We
we life is lifing.
life is lifing, but we're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep fighting to keep the channels alive. You heard me? Uh,
Hmm.
if you're on Jason Files, please subscribe. If you're on the Simply Marvelous channel,
Please
please
subscribe.
subscribe. Yes,
That's right.
sir.
And get that
Indeed.
album.
Yes, and get that project. Jason. Campfires on a Sunday. The Jason, the Jason project.com, I believe, is the website. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
indeed.
I'll have more signage and all that stuff next time we do this. But I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all hopping in on here on a work night. Indeed.
Hmm.
Taylor Day, you gravy train? Got
Yeah,
anything left to get
no,
out? You
I ain't
good?
got. I'm good.
All right,
We're
no
good.
doubt. All right, J Camp, you straight? Oh, go ahead.
Wait, I got a song. I got a song, and this song should have been in Thunderbolts, but it wasn't.
Oh,
Um,
what should have
you
you
know,
about to be
I know
More
something?
of the
the
song about it. Here it go.
Here you go. What you about
You
to say?
are not alone.
Alone, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I am
I am
here
here
with
with
you.
you.
Okay.
Though
I
you're
see you over
You're
far
someone.
far
Make sure you have
away.
Okay.
Yeah, you ain't
I hear
lying
you
though.
over someone over like
You ain't lying.
Reverend Cofer.
Hey,
Coffee.
where my auto tune when I need it? You
Whatever his
hear me?
name was. That must
I'll be
you
over
are
here
not
like
alone.
you
Roger and Zap.
always in my
Right.
I'm
You better come out with
here
that Lazarus joint.
I'm here now.
That Lazarus pit joint.
heart.
Oh man, let's get up out of here, y'all. Once again, appreciate y'all. I see y'all on the flip side. Peace and love.
The black hand side.
Yes,
Holler at
sir.
y'all.